Well, well, well. Look what we have here. A Gotham Knights delay. I can't say that I'm surprised, really. I think that the point of this is not to be like, oh, I told you so, or anything like that, because I also was pretty optimistic that we were going to get the game in 2021. I don't know why, but I just was. But I did make a video a couple weeks ago saying, the game might get delayed. That turned out to be correct, and obviously the game is being delayed now until next year. So that obviously sucks because it's only March. So, I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be summer 2022. So we're probably looking at 15 months at least, maybe upwards of 21 months until the end of 2022. And then that begs the question, well, what's going to happen with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, the Rocksteady game? Is that going to get delayed now to 2023? That would be insane, because then at that point, by the way, delaying to 2022, you think that Batman Arkham Origins, W Montreal's last game, came out in 2013. So you're looking at 9 years. 9 years between two games. Like, holy shit. And then with Rocksteady, let's see, 2022 to 2015. Let's say it gets delayed to 2013. You're looking at 8 years there. So is that just normal now? Does it take company and again, I'm not trying to, be negative to anybody or anything or the developers, but is it normal for 8-9 years for games to be developed now? It seems like a long time. But I don't know. I guess they're building big open world games. I kind of understand to that extent. Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto, they take about that amount of time, I think, like eight years or so. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. I think that COVID certainly plays a part in the delay, because working from home, I think most people find it's just not as efficient. You get distracted easier. It's not as productive. So, maybe some people feel that way. I know with me, when I'm making videos, when I'm at my gaming setup recording commentaries, it's easy to get distracted by, games and, to turn on your PlayStation or, whatever. Just get distracted or sidetracked, especially if you have ADHD like me or something like that. But, yeah. And then also collaboration is just much harder. Zoom meetings are certainly not as effective as meeting in person, but that's what we're dealing with right now with COVID and everything like that. That's just the way that it is for the time being. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not surprised that this happened, but it does really suck, because in all likelihood, it's going to be summer of 2022, which means we're roughly 15 months away. Wow. That hurts. That's a long ass time. Yeah, man, we've been waiting for this game since 2013 with Arkham Origins coming out, and longer we must wait, indeed. So yeah, I don't have any positive spin for this, besides the fact that, of course, they're going to have more time to make the game better. That's good. And, I understand everyone's perspective of well, it's so great that they're going to get more time with the game to polish the game. And, I understand that. Okay. I think it's kind of tone deaf to be chanting that right now. I've seen a lot of people of those takes on Twitter and YouTube comments and whatnot. I mean, look, we've been waiting for years just to get the game announced, and then the game gets announced for 2021, and then we're all excited, and the game gets delayed. Again, I understand the argument, well, they get more time to polish the game. That's true. That's how that works. That's the whole reason that they're doing it. I understand that. I respect that. But I think the reality of it is just the game was not going to meet the deadline. I think that with games getting delayed, there's kind of this assumption that well, they're delaying the game and it's going to be way better than it would have been otherwise. And that is true. The game will probably be less glitchy and more complete, and it'll have more bells and whistles probably. But I don't think that they're extending the timeline of the game because, like, to add all of this stuff. I think they just weren't going to finish it. And they just need extra time to finish it, just to do what they were planning to do from the beginning. So I don't know that I'd have the interpretation that, like, they're going to make it 10 times better than it would have been if they released it this year. It's like, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Is that really true? Is that really true? I don't know. So yeah, I'm just being a negative Nancy. I tweeted when this happened, anyone with positivity on my TL gets blocked today. Because I totally understand the argument, like, oh, they're going to take more time, they're going to make the game better, but that's just not what I want to hear right now, I guess. I don't know. Because, god damn, man, 9 years, wow. Like, jeez Louise, and for Rocksteady, 8 years, going on 9 now, if this game gets delayed. And it probably will, because they can have Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights, and Suicide Squad all in the same year. And if every game, think about it like this, Hogwarts Legacy got delayed, Gotham Knights got delayed, so what do you think is going to happen to Rocksteady's game? 2023. That's what's going to happen to it, probably. So I don't know what needs to happen with video games. Again, part of it is just exacerbated by COVID, but it seems like every game either comes out unpolished and unready and like it shouldn't have been released, or it gets delayed like 4 times, right? Or both. Or like Cyberpunk, it gets delayed and it sucks. It's like, what the hell? What is going on? I mean, you know, making video games is a lot harder than it used to be. That's true. But you look at the fact that Batman Arkham Asylum, for instance, was made, that entire game was made in under 2 years with under 100 people. Now these studios have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of employees, and they're taking like 5 times as long to make the game. And it's because the games are more technically advanced and they're harder to make and they're more complex. But it begs the question, like, do these teams need to be bigger that are making the games? Probably. And I don't know. I feel like some devs would agree with that the teams need to be bigger that are making the games because the games are taking longer to make. And then when they come out, they're less polished. And in a sense, not as good because the scope of the game is way bigger. Like, there's a bigger open world and there's more to do and there's more characters and blah, blah, blah. But in the case of like a game like Cyberpunk, your immersion is broken every 10 seconds by a glitch. And the game was delayed so many times. And, you know, I'm kind of wondering if that's a similar situation here. And I pray to God this is the only delay. But, you know, typically games that get delayed, they can be prone to development hell where they get delayed multiple times and more times and more times. So I think that on the whole, it's good that the game was delayed because it does give them more time to polish the game itself, and we don't want the game to come out and be a piece of shit, so that's good. So by no means am I saying that they should rush the game. I'm just saying that, I don't know, positivity annoys me, I guess. I don't know. It's just a bummer, man, because it's like, wow, that's such a long wait. Like, jeez. I mean, August of last year, we're now, you got to understand, that was now 8 months ago that the game was even announced with a CGI trailer. And like I said, realistically, at the earliest, we're looking at like summer of 2022. Maybe March. Maybe. Like, if we get the game in 12 months, a full 12 months, we're lucky. So that begs the question for me, what the fuck am I going to do? What is my channel about? Like, what do I do? I just make videos about DC games, and there's no DC games. They're all going to get delayed. And mark my words, Suicide Squad's going to get delayed. I bet money on it. I bet money on it. Because they're not going to release Hogwarts Legacy, Suicide Squad, and Gotham Knights all in the same year. Are you kidding me? Most people, the average consumer, buys 2 games a year, yet alone 3 games from one company. And we're not even talking about Madden and Call of Duty and these other games that get crazy sales just by existing every year and putting out the same thing every year. No offense to Call of Duty. Love you, Call of Duty, but that's kind of what they do. So consumers aren't going to have the money to buy all 3 of those games, and WB knows that. So something else is getting pushed. It's not Hogwarts Legacy. Could be Gotham Knights, but it's probably going to be Suicide Squad. And knowing the way things are going anyways, they're not going to be done with it anyways, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, man. Shit's whack. So, yeah, that's all I have to say, really, is like, with my channel, I'm just going to be shifting gears, doing other things. I'm going to be doing a video on The Killing Joke. I've been doing some Injustice streams. That's been fun. But, yeah, man, I'm not going to, like, sit here and, like, hypothesize about Gotham Knights for 15 months. You know, we're not going to get, like, another trailer for, 6 months, probably. Yeah, and that's probably about right. Probably in 6 months, like, around September, October, November, they're going to start promoting the game. So probably in 6 months we'll get something. But it's going to be like Spider-Man PS4. Remember when they announced it and then they disappeared for like a year plus? That's going to be the same situation here. So I wouldn't expect anything from them for months. Yeah, it just kind of is what it is. All right, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I look forward to doing more Gotham Knights commentaries once we get more information and more news. But until then, looks like they're going to be slim pickings for Gotham Knights news, and that's okay. You know, we'll try to think of some other things to do on the channel in the meantime, on the road to 100K. So hoping to get there soon, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.